guys, first I'd like to wish my brother a very happy birthday. And now, let's get into it. Charles V, who as Charles I was already King of Spain, was elected Holy Roman Emperor. His struggles to hold the empire together led to his abdication in 1556. French philosopher, writer, and political theorist Jean-Jacques Rousseau, whose treatises and novels inspired the leaders of the French Revolution and the Romantic generation, was born in Geneva. According to the legend, a woman named Mary Hayes earned the nickname Molly Pitcher by carrying water to her husband's regiment during the Battle of Monmouth. Victoria was crowned Queen of United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. Italian playwright, novelist, and short story writer Luigi Pirandello, recipient of the 1934 Nobel Prize for Literature, was born. Ned Kelly, Australia's most infamous bushranger, was arrested following a shootout with police. Later that year, he was hanged. Maria Mitchell, the first professional female astronomer in the United States, passed away at the age of 70. The U.S. Congress declared the first Monday of September to be Labor Day, a holiday to honor the American worker. Notorious American bank robber John Dillinger was born in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Treaty of Versailles was signed at the Palace of Versailles in France, signifying the end of World War I. Foreign ministers of the member states of EEC agreed to abolish by July 1st of 1967 all tariffs on industrial goods moving within the community. A series of violent confrontations between police and gay rights activists began outside the Stonewall Inn, a gay bar in New York City. The riots helped launch an international gay rights movement. Canadian activist Terry Fox, who after losing part of one of his legs to cancer, attempted to run across the country to raise money for cancer research, died at the age of 22. A Somali airplane is apparently shot down by Somali rebels near Hargeisa, Somalia. All 30 persons aboard perished. At least 23 Zimbabweans were killed, most by secret forces during several days of rioting that followed a drastic rise in the price of cornmeal, a staple of the nation's diet. On June 19th, the government, convinced it had to cut back on food subsidies, more than doubled the cost of cornmeal. The subsequent panic buy and protest marches quickly evolved into riots. Resentment against President Kenneth Kaunda was especially evident on June 30th, when thousands of Zimbabweans surged through the streets to celebrate the overthrow of the president. The report of a successful coup, however, turned out to be false. The U.S. and Japan signed the second stage of trade pact, known as the Strategic Implements Initiative, or the SII. It required both nations to reform their domestic economies in ways that would reduce Japan's huge surplus and greater consumption at home, and the U.S. would take steps to raise its productivity. Japan would dramatically increase its exposures for public works, thereby increasing. It was believed a demand for foreign goods. Japan also pledged a more concerted effort to modify or remove barriers that hindered free trade and equitable compensation. In a boxing match for heavyweight title, Mike Tyson was disqualified after he twice bit Evander Holyfield's ear. As a result of the infraction, he temporarily lost his boxing license. The bald eagle was removed from the U.S. list of endangered and threatened species. On the same day as national referendum that, if passed, would have allowed him to run for re-election, Honduran President Manuel Zelaya was ousted by the country's military.